Hey guys, I'm back again today after a long hiatus, and I've had a lot going on. I hope you guys have been having a great week and season. It's changing into fall here and it's beautiful. And I got to thinking about a new video idea just because of some things that have been going on in my life. So recently I had some really great things happen to me in my life, and it just got me thinking about how the narcissist, everything seems to come so easily to the narcissist. They seem to know everything. They seem to always have money for things. They never have bad luck, and they never have bad days. They never have setbacks. The narcissist, they never have to suffer. They go from job to job and from promotion to promotion, and everything you hear about the narcissist is about how much money they make or about how they're about to go on some fancy trip. Their life is just amazing and wonderful, and they never have bad luck, do they? Of course they have bad luck. Of course they have setbacks. They're just not going to tell you about it because they're trying to compete with you, and that wouldn't be proving their point if they went and highlighted all their bad times and everything else. This is why they love social media, because they can edit their life and they can present the best version of their life to anyone who is looking. And also they get really triggered whenever people talk about that they might be going through something. If someone may happen to vent on their personal Facebook that they are stressed out or they're unhappy with the situation in their life, the narcissist hates this. And it's because they view this as weakness, and they hate, I guess they hate like when anyone else gets sympathy or empathy or whatever, because they don't know how to identify with that emotion. They don't feel emotions like that. They only feel anger and rage and self-hate and self-loathing. It's really sad. They don't feel any of the good emotions of life except for when they get a new handbag or they go on a trip or get a promotion. That's the only time they feel happy, and it's really because they don't feel happiness. They just feel like, oh, I'm doing better than everybody else. I'm a nice person, and when I used to hear the narcissist talk about the good things in their life, I'd be genuinely happy for them because I was genuinely happy for them. And I finally realized that the narcissist is faking all this. They're faking being happy. They're not actually happy in their relationships. They're not actually happy at their jobs. They're not actually happy with themselves, with their body. They just want other people to envy them. And so it's kind of like your goodwill and your good cheer towards these people, it just goes to waste because it never goes anywhere with them. It's never going to be reciprocated. And whether they are your closest family member, your coworker, somebody you know at church, there's narcissists everywhere, and that's one of the main reasons I don't go to church, but that's kind of another topic for another day. They are competing with you. They are constantly competing with you, and everything is fine and dandy as long as they are happier than you and they have more than you. But the minute that something good happens to you, it's like a slap in the face to the narcissist, because it's like it shatters their illusion of themselves that they're the only one in the world that's doing good. So they have to constantly pretend like their life is perfect. And it's just really sad. It's just really sad to me. And this is why you'll have narcissists that are your family or your friends even, or your coworkers, that will never really try to be friends with you, especially if you're doing good in your life. They'll never get too close to you. They'll be a casual, shallow acquaintance. And, if you're ever doing good, like I've said before, they will keep their distance, or they'll just be pissed off or whatever. They can't handle being around somebody that's doing better than them. So if you have a person in your life that you're like, I don't know why they won't answer my calls or why they won't, like, I mean, if it's like a family member that won't be close or that excludes you from things, it's because they're jealous of you. And they just can't have you around them because they're jealous of you. And every time they run into you, they're going to be bragging about this or that, just to maintain their disillusions of their self. So there are exceptions to this, of course. Some narcissists love to complain about crap, and some narcissists will latch onto you to try to use you to get themselves to certain places. But for the most part, this is true. This is the true narcissist. They never can admit when they have bad luck, unless everything the narcissist does is for their own gain. So if they are lamenting about their life, they're doing it for attention. So everything they do is for attention. Everything they do is for look at me. They either want to be pitied or admired, as long as they're getting attention. And for the most part, they want to be admired and envied. So I just want to let everybody know that you're not alone, and you may just be surrounded by narcissists. It's possible. I live in a town that's very narcissistic. I have some theories about that it's lack of resources, and that all the people that were actually capable of having a good life actually moved on to better opportunities in other cities. But for the most part, the whole city, most people that live here where I live, they're all assholes and narcissists, and even to the point where, like, they want to fight you in the Taco Bell drive-thru, which seems to they get an attitude with you in the restaurants here, if you want what you actually ordered. And all my coworkers have been narcissistic. Every single place I worked at, I had to deal with narcissists. My whole family is narcissistic for the most part. The majority of my family and the other family members are flying monkeys, and my friends have been narcissistic. That's the reason why I don't have any friends right now. And it really is just the people that was surrounding me, because I have gotten out of this city, and when I travel, it's a completely different experience. And I recently traveled internationally, and people are just so different that don't live here. And I've actually had people that aren't from here tell me, the same thing about where I live. Narcissistic communities exist, people. So if you're down on yourself and you're thinking everybody hates me, it's probably not you. It's probably them. So you're not alone. Stick around, and we'll make more videos, and we'll talk about more stuff in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.